Hi, my name is Katharine Torgersen. Thank you for visiting my work, Still Moving, a Firefly Meditation at Rochester Contemporary Art Center. I've been painting behind glass for about 10 years, and that was really a product of working with the materials that I had available when I really needed a creative outlet. It wasn't until I moved to Rochester in 2023 that I began to play with the lighting and to work on a bigger scale. This is my second grant-funded installation that combines reverse glass painting and lighting to create a mood space that people can sit within. My first installation, Infinite Blue, was about how grief can become fully integrated into our lives and was made up of large glass paintings with flowing backlighting that enveloped the viewer. The idea for this particular project, Still Moving, came from my first summer in Rochester when I started taking a lot of long exposure photographs of fireflies by my house. I found that to be such a peaceful practice that it quickly became my favorite part of the day. And when the season ended, I wanted to find a way to recreate this environment and feeling, which is when I turned back to painting. I titled this project Still Moving, partially because of how we see the fireflies. A flash of light, and then we wait until they reappear in another place. With the long exposure photography, the frame compresses the fireflies' movement over time, so you can see their different paths plotted in a single image. But for me, the title is also a reminder that progress doesn't need to be visible for it to be happening. I worry a lot about wasting time, and I think today it can feel like we always have to be doing something, that we always have to be productive. But I think that a lot of personal growth and development can happen in these quiet moments, and that this time is often necessary for meaning or ideas to take shape. Designing these light structures has been an iterative process. I started off painting large, single sheets of glass, and then scoring and essentially folding the glass into a column. But this proved pretty difficult to work with because the glass is too thin, and I was also really limited with the different types of shapes I could make. So since then, I've moved to working with recycled jalousie window panes, which is much thicker, and I can create a greater variety of shapes, so different polygrams and 4, 5, and 6-point stars. This has been a really challenging and rewarding project for me to work on. I really enjoyed the experimentation with the construction of the lights and finding ways to make things better and more efficient. The painting itself takes quite a lot of time. It takes a number of thin paint layers to build up the vibrancy that I wanted for these lights. It's really slow and meditative work, but I also find it really relaxing and restorative. I paint in the dark on a light table, so in a lot of ways, it really does harken back to the time I spent photographing the fireflies. For viewing the work, just like if you were viewing fireflies in nature, I'd suggest quiet and stillness. You can disconnect from the demands of everyday life, even if just for a few minutes, and try to be in the moment, focusing on the different senses individually. There are a couple other large-scale projects that I've started to think through and play around with that I'm feeling really excited about. I'll share more information on my Instagram, k.torg.art. You're welcome to reach out, and I hope that you enjoy your visit.